Hey guys, do you know that Battlefield 4 is actually unbanned in China? This EA game. I think this is the only EA game that's actually was banned in China. I don't know. I didn't do any research about it, but I'm kind of interested in it. So maybe when I go to college, I'll buy an ROG computer to play Battlefield. All right. So I'm actually Chinese international student in Beijing, actually investigating and researching the Russo-Japanese War, typically about the battlefield life about of Japanese soldiers during that war. And quite a few months ago, I bought these materials on an online vintage goods selling app in China, and it was about like few $100 in US dollar, I think. The guy told me that he bought it from Osaka, I mean Japan, that city, Osaka, from an old man, and that old man probably bought it from somewhere else. So, um, maybe my theory is that the original owner of these materials actually got bankrupted, or the family sold it because they need money. I don't know. So I actually want to state that the seller I purchased from is not the original holder of this material, and he didn't provide any additional information about it. So I'm actually contacting him and see what he can do for us. So these are actually four materials about the Russo-Japanese War, and apparently these materials are composed by the same person, which is this guy here, here, and here. Let's start it from the left corner. This material actually is pretty interesting and valuable because this is wrote in the 39 year of the Meiji era, so it's approximately, not approximately, it's absolutely 1906, and there is some sketches about the views of the battlefield. This is the name of a place. Here, this is the dormitory and maybe the bar, I don't know. The name of the place. Actually, this is probably a name of the mountain. I don't know. This is another name of a place. And this is probably 300 kilometers, or I don't know, maybe because the kanji, or I mean the Chinese characters, the meanings are different in Japanese and Chinese. So maybe it's something like study in Japanese, the kanji in the same kanji in Chinese are, the meaning is totally different. So if you're a Japanese viewer, please help me to identify the meaning, please. Thank you. This is the same place. Oh, this is the captured Russians' dormitory or trenches. Wow. This is a river. You see there's cells, Latin cells, I think. This is a river and these are the boats. This is a mountain and this is a small tower. This is also a dormitory, I think. Or places for soldiers to live. This is a map. I actually searched on the internet and I actually found the exact same place nowadays. This is actually a copy from somewhere else. I don't know what is this one. Maybe it's a kind of a library or something. You see here, Meiji 39, March of Meiji 39. So it's probably like 1906. Don't worry, the floor is very clean. And these materials are very well preserved. All right, next one. This is composed in Meiji 39. Actually, the May of Meiji 39, which is May of 1906. Same author, but this is probably the name of the place which this article was composed. And this word in Chinese is meaning that this is a copy from somewhere else. I don't know if that's true in Japanese. So I'm asking you guys if you are interested. But I actually searched that these are actually the same meaning. So it means that the guy who made this material, this document, which is not the first-hand evidence because he copied from somewhere else. Well, this material is mainly about the generals and officers' speech and like their sayings and their orders and documented. Meiji 38 means in 1905. You see here, Manchurian Army Supreme Commander. Sayings or like orders in Meiji 38, 1905. October 16th. Oh, this is the famous general, Oyama Iwao. This guy is very famous in Russo-Japanese War. Nogi Maresuke. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. I'm not a native speaker of Japanese, so yeah, I'm sorry. This is another officer. The same author. Whew. This is the 26th Infantry Regiment. The campaign documented in Meiji 37 and 38, like the whole process of the 26th Regiment, what battle they attended in 1904 and 1905, which is the time of the Russo-Japanese War. This is land force infantry. Same author and his little stamp. These are actually very detailed, so I'll just leave it for you. I have to point out that on the video, these materials actually looked kind of new because my camera kind of has a filter that changed something yellow to like white or brighter. So the last one, composed in Meiji 37, started in March, which is the March of 1904. Same author, but this is about the education document. I don't know what is that for. This is the Army's diary. Wow. This is the abstract. Today is Sunday, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Blah blah blah, shooting, blah blah blah, or skirmish, I think. Blah 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 blah. Oh, this is another Sunday. The weather was quite good. These are the dates. Like this is the 18th or on some month, I think. Oops. Another Sunday. Attack. Oh, another Sunday. Wait, isn't that supposed to be like during the winter of northeast China? The weather was quite bad because there are actually snows that block the Japanese attack towards Russians. Another Sunday. Another Sunday. Another Sunday. Another Sunday. Another Sunday. Oh my gosh. Our boy was having fun right there. The weather is perfect. Oh my gosh. All our Sundays. These are pretty detailed, I think. Yep. What is this? I don't know. Maybe the rations? Like how much canned food or how much vegetables or how many times you should take a shower? Something like that. Oh yes, this is absolutely what they are eating. No, maybe. This is sterilized water or like pure water, clean water. Oh, this is rice. So eating rice, actually polished rice, uh, like taking the shells out of the rice, actually caused many Japanese soldiers to die by a disease named, I don't know what's that name, but quite weird, which is lack of vitamin B. Like because the Europeans they eat breads, and breads have the shells of like the seeds, so they don't lack the vitamin B, but instead Chinese and as the technology develops, Chinese and Japanese can polish the shells of rice, and so they kind of get infected with that disease because those shells actually contains Vietnamese uh yeah Vietnam vitamin B. I'm quite confused about these two words, Vietnam and vitamin. I don't know why. I'm actually too tired today. This is something. Oh, this is probably the authors. Oops, sorry. The authors like their occupations and maybe his awards. Confirm article. Uh, this is a minor officer. Hmm. The last page was wrote in pencil. All right. Actually, I'm not now going to show you something I found interesting on the internet. Remember that one of the materials document a map? Yeah, I actually found the exact name of the places. Most of the places are lost because over the time the name changed, but I found one, which is this one. And after comparing the name of it, they are the exact same one. And you see, the geography features are kind of the same. And also, the same name of the nearby places. You see this one. And looking at the map, you may see the exact name. And these three, all near this place. So we can confirm that this place near Shenyang city, which is the final battle of the Russo-Japanese War. Although this is not the decisive war, because many argue that actually the siege of Port Arthur, or nowadays called the Lushun Port, is the most important one, but it is still kind of important because after that, the Russians are defeated and they surrendered. And this is what I read, at least now, found on this material. So I asked internet to help. One guy indeed provide very, very useful information from Reddit. And thanks to this guy, I checked the National Digital Library of Japan, and I typed the exact same name of this author, and there appear to be some matching results. One is from 1904, and one is for 1907. Those two documents are like government documents, are pretty formal. Besides that, there's one from 1922 and one is from 1940s, I think. And so I checked the relevant date in 1904 and 1907. So they are the exact same name, and my history teacher told me that there is little chance that a Japanese name will be exact same time appeared. Like, for example, Tokugawa Ieyasu, like name like that, appeared in hundreds of years ago, won't appear even now in Japan. Probably, maybe someone called that, I don't know, but it's very rare. And so I was going to conclude that these two names are the same exact person, and they are probably the author of my book, my materials. But unfortunately, the kind person from Reddit who is exactly a Japanese told me that these two documents aren't depicting what I'm thinking about. Like the document in 1904 talks about the donors to the military. So like this guy probably never enlisted in the army. And I searched the front page of this document, and so it has a side meaning besides of the donors of the money of the military. It also means that the soldiers getting pension when they are going back to home. Like something kind of like thank you for your service or something like that. The army doesn't need you anymore. But so if both of the theories are true, the first theory suggests that this guy never enlisted in the army in 1904, and the second theory suggests that this guy is back home, not in the army in 1904, which is the exact same year which the Russo-Japanese War started. So he probably never attended the Russo-Japanese War, at least the name in this document. Another same name in 1907 is kind of different. The kind person, told me that this document is more like about documenting the people enlisted, like their draft from home and to the military. But although these people are soldiers, but it was in 1907. But 1907 is 2 years later than of the end of the Russo-Japanese War, so suggesting that if he was drafted in 1907, he may probably never enlisted in 1904 and 1907 or 1905, which is the Russo-Japanese War. So like the internet can't provide much information about it. So after that, my history teacher suggests me to go to exact libraries, or archives in Japan. But I have a few questions or like few unsolved problems. There are many libraries, offline libraries in Japan. But for like Tokyo, will document the things and people, events happening in Tokyo. Hokkaido will document something about Hokkaido. Like I have to find the exact place this author probably from. So in the next few months, me and my history teacher, and also my foreign teacher from Britain, who keep getting help from the Imperial Japanese Army museum and the Durham University Museum, Eastern Oriental Museum, but they didn't give any replies because they're saying they are too busy with their own. So I'm getting help from my teachers, and so yeah, my history teacher knows something about Japanese, and he can actually identify the literature and accents from the different regions of Japan. Like there's a Western accent and an Eastern accent. So this is my update about my research, and at least this document, what I found now. Maybe I overlooked some details, but I will talk about more in the next video. And after, in this summer, I'm going to back to Port Arthur, which is Lushun Port, and I'm probably going to Shenyang to investigate the places documented in these materials. Probably found something useful and take some pictures. And also, if you're interested, please watch the past videos about my vlog in Port Arthur. And from now on, I will keep posting more history content about history and some of my hobbies, if you're interested in, and also updating my research process of the Russo-Japanese War. I do found something relevant journals on JSTOR and Google Scholar and on the internet, but these first-hand and second-hand materials are very valuable, which I bought it, which those online internet documents cannot provide. And I think that's all. I'll post another video about the famous Japanese officer Ishiwara Kanji this weekend. I hope so. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.